making a successful recovery and continuity plan. So now we get into the real questions. How safe is your data? For those of you that were on the call with us last week when we were talking about Boomerang Offsite, as we mentioned, Boomerang Offsite is the core component and lays the foundation for Boomerang Total Recall. So when we talk about which Boomerang is right for you, this series is focused on Boomerang Image, which was a snapshot of your server and backups that reside at your location. This is great for a hardware failure or an operating system failure or some other software complication. This gets you back in business in the shortest time possible because we'd have a full snapshot of your server. We don't have to restore from tape, and we don't have to install all the individual applications once the server is brought back online. Boomerang Offsite, as we discussed in the last webinar set, it automated site data vaulting of your data. So we automate the process of getting the data off-site. No more tapes going home with employees or third-party services coming in to collect those tapes. We automate the process and send it off into our SAS-70 data center. As we mentioned last week, that's data secure in-flight and on-site. And then today we're going to talk about the Boomerang Total Recall, which combines the Boomerang Offsite with the ability to go live for our data center. For the benefit of those of you who might be on this call today that did not get to attend previous sessions, we're going to just very quickly go through the Boomerang Offsite. And again, I think this will be good for those of you that are on the call for Total Recall as well, as this is the foundation that Total Recall is built off of. Boomerang Offsite is a solution that automates both backup and offsite storage. We provide all the software to you as the client. There's nothing that you need to buy in terms of software or hardware at your end. We're in control of your retention policy. You can store this data offsite with us as long as you would like to. So if you just want to have active data on to keep your costs down and keep a minimal amount of gigabytes of storage on our end, you can do that in the Boomerang Offsite. Or if you want to say, I want to use this as a long-term archive solution as well, we can keep your data up to 7 full years. This is a multi-platform support offering. We don't discriminate between Windows, Linux, and Apple Macintosh units. We integrate the security, encryption, and compliance. So again, being a data center and adhering to security's best practices, this service, as any we provide to you, will comply with any regulatory acts and guidelines you need to follow. And this is includes full recovery support from the Fandotech Technical Assistance Center. You'll hear me refer to that as the TAC throughout this phone call. And this team of professionals is there to assist you at every step when you have a recovery situation. So again, Boomerang Offsite addresses disaster recovery. Data is available for restore in any disaster situation. So this includes hardware and physical site where you may lose your servers. It provides data protection, and as I said, both in-flight and on-site to our data center, so it's continually encrypted and protected throughout the entire process. We automate the off-site process. Again, no tapes going home with employees or third-party services. And we can do continuous data protection on a number of file types, Word, Excel, Exchange, to name a few. Boomerang Offsite provides to you. So what does this provide to a client? It's a disaster recovery vehicle. It gives you a solution for offsite storage and recovery. We can restore to any device, so even if a server is not replaced with the exact specifications or like server, we can make this restoration. We can protect both servers and key desktops, so those laptop road warriors that you might have within your organization, we're able to also set so they can be backing up to the data center in between trips to your office. We've got continuous data protection, as I referenced earlier, and what we really provide you is the peace of mind. You know that at all times that your data is protected and encrypted. So where does Boomerang Offsite stop? Where does it really end as a service for you? It's great for having a layer of disaster recovery and getting data offsite, but if you have a physical disaster, you will not be able to run those critical systems until you have new assets. So think about some of the timelines you've had with your vendors in the past. If your building were to disappear tomorrow and you needed to order new servers from HP, you might be able to see 2 or 3 days to get them delivered. You might see a couple days to get them staged and running, and then you got to bring your data back. You might lose a week or two's worth of business. So this is where Boomerang Total Recall really steps up to the plate and helps solve that problem. Boomerang Total Recall is meant for small to mid businesses, and again, we don't discriminate between Windows, Linux, or Mac. And it's also an infrastructure platform. So besides being a backup, we provide you the infrastructure to run these services should an emergency event be declared. We automate the off-site process, as we've talked about before, and then when you declare an emergency, we provide you those infrastructure resources to bring those critical systems online. But more importantly, you don't with you to be successful in this. So Boomerang Total Recall features the following: all the features and benefits of Boomerang Offsite, plus the ability to recover in the event of a physical loss. The client site, your site, is replicated within our data center. In our data center, we've got a full virtualized grid computing infrastructure that is infinitely scalable and has the resources to contain a variety of different infrastructure assets. So we deliver this to you via the cloud. For those of you that don't understand the cloud topic or might be new to hearing the term cloud, cloud is basically the word being used today for internet-delivered services. So again, when a disaster event is called, we provide you your environment within our grid computing infrastructure, and we deliver it via the cloud. We restore those servers, and we make sure there's access for remote users. What we really hear a lot of times in times of crisis, the biggest challenge is, where do your employees go? You might not have another facility of another location if you're a single location office. So we give you the ability to at least first get people working from their homes while you determine how you're going to get everybody back together to a central location. And quite honestly, we also have a service in which we can provide you that location if needed.